is up, everybody? Welcome back to Grr-Must-Errd Gaming. I'm Brother Mustard, and I'm bringing you my fresh build in Remnant 2. I cannot lie, I like this build so much, and I have been waiting to put a build like this together for a long time. This is probably one of my longest builds. To put this together, to get it all right, trying different pieces, trying different gears, seeing the effects, trying different worlds, trying different weapon combinations, all of it took me quite a bit. I am really happy, really proud of this build. So, I present to you the Stoned Berserker, my first melee primary build. And I say melee primary because this isn't just a melee build. This is also a shooting build, and we will get into that as we demonstrate what this build does traveling through the worlds of Remnant 2. Now, if you've seen any of my other build videos, you know that I test everything in Imperial Gardens. This build was incredibly hard to test in Imperial Gardens. Being a melee focus, Imperial Gardens is 90% flying enemies, and it was trouble to deal with them. So I am changing up my formula for this. We are going to go to 3 different places to show you this build. Now, let's talk about what the Stoned Berserker is. So, we start off with Challenger, and we are running Juggernaut. This is a Bulwark secondary build, I'd say. Maybe primary. The Bulwark is huge. It keeps you alive. It keeps you doing what you need to do, laying the damage in. I honestly can't explain where my damage comes from. It just works really well with this setup, and I think it just comes off the secondary perks you get from these different archetypes I put together. Now, we have Alchemist with Stone Skin, hence the Stoned Berserker. I love the play on words for that. It's like a double entendre. Smoke a big reefer, play some Remnant 2, use the Stoned Berserker. It's a great time. I am just having so much fun with this build. Okay, another thing that I really like is the aesthetic. I've been trying to build different armors for each of my builds, loadouts, and have them. I like stuff to look cool. I'm an aesthetics person. I can't lie. It's a huge thing for me. And this one is peak. This is so good, especially for a Berserker melee build. It looks like a knight. It looks like a Viking, like a Saxon. It's got armor. It's got the knotted root on it. It's got the helmet. This is set. So I've put together the Leto Mark I helmet, the High Noon Duds, the knotted greaves, and the Cultist gloves, and you can see that gives me my usual, just under 170, 49.9 weight, good resistances across the board, though I'm not sure if these are still bugged. They work really well. Okay, talking about the next couple things, as I said, this is a melee primary, so weapons still come into play, and we are going to showcase weapon play with this build, because it was really important that Remnant doesn't lose that to me. I adore the gunplay in this game, so I wanted to have something built into the melee that focused on melee, but also used the guns. And I've picked 2 weapons that I actually really like and have been wanting to use and showcase, but I haven't had a chance to. And I think the Twisted R Blast is huge. It's a single shot primary, and it shoots quite a powerful little discus that can hit multiple enemies. So it's like, it feels like a physical entity, like throwing a frisbee. Like it touches on the melee aspect to me. And then once you proc the mod Guardian's Call, everything gets struck by these giant swords. So it just screams melee to me, and it fits so well. On top of that, you got to put Slayer in as your mutator. You need that reload increase because you only got 1 shot, and you want to be able to rock those off when you're using this. Because we're going to show you a ranged damage kind of run with this too, because it is important to me. Secondary is the Sure Shot. This is a single fire shotgun, so high damage, 1 shot. I actually loved this gun in the first game, so I'm really happy to bring it to the melee build here. I wanted both of these weapons to have like low ammo, no ammo. I needed them to be kind of single fire. The other thing I was kind of thinking of, and I got another melee build coming up that might focus on the bow kind of aspect, and that was something I tossed around, but I really ended up leaning into the Berserker idea, the Barbarian, like I said, a knight, heavy, real emotion in the melee fighting, and it's really worked out. I'm super stoked. Skewer is the mod I've put on, and Skewer fires this big spear that explodes, and again, it really reminds me, like, spears, melee weapons, stuff like that, like, not a bullet, not a bomb, not a flame round. I really dig it, and I've put Time Wave on there, because when you shoot that Skewer, it'll give you a little bit of time to kind of dance around and maybe get in there and get your melee attack off, because we do want to melee primary this. So speaking of it, I tried a lot of weapons. I really wanted to use a sword for this, but once I started using Wraithbringer, oh my, it was a match made in perfection. Awakening is so great. The damage I'm seeing with this is fantastic, and I've put the Mutator Dervish on, and Dervish actually acts as our skill cooldown, because that way we're proccing our Juggernaut and our Stone Skin more often, and those are what are keeping us alive here, like, realistically. Also, with Challenger as your primary, you get your single res, and you will see that get used. That will come into use, because you get surrounded, you're getting shot, you get guys that you can't get close to. Like, it is a ranged game, so playing full melee, there's still an aspect where you have to be careful. And that's a great one to have in your primary perk slot. Okay, so let's quickly go over the gear here. We've got the Whispering Marble. Grants 3 stacks of Bulwark, increases all damage by 3% per stack of Bulwark. Then we've got the Stone of Continuance to increase my skill duration. Those skills are very important for this build. The Blessed Ring. Relic use grants 2 stacks of Bulwark. Now let's switch over quickly. The Constrained Heart regenerates some health, so it's good for healing, but it also grants Bulwark. So when you're taking a Relic, you're getting 4 stacks of Bulwark. You've got 3 stacks here, and a damage increase per stack. So that's where we're getting our big damage from. After that, we got the Drakestone Pearl. We want that stamina regen during melee. We want to make sure we can keep meleeing. It's very, very important. Then we've got the Dried Clay Ring. Again, 1 stack of Bulwark. Increases all damage by 60% of the total damage reduction granted by Bulwark. So we've got quite a bit of damage reduction on Bulwark, and that is working out very, very well for us. Now, if we want to look, I've put on Mythic Charged Melee Cost, Mythic Melee Damage, and Mythic Melee Attack Speed. That melee charge cost is on there because I'm finding that the charged melee is like the heaviest damage dealer, and it's quite useful. And again, it's straightforward. It's a melee build. You can see what we've done there. Traits quickly. So, Fortify has to be on. It's part of my armor build. Potency. It's not a great one. One thing I am going to look at with this build is using a consumable, but right now we're going to go through without, and then when I run this through the game, because I do have it planned to do a full melee kind of gameplay through and co-op with a friend with 2 different melee setups, potency will come in because we'll be using concoctions. Regrowth. You want your healing. Swiftness. That move speed is very, very handy. Strong back. Again, that just comes from our archetype. It's okay, I don't use dodge much. It's more about just getting in there standing. And for the first time, I've cranked up both my vigor and my stamina because I think they're essential in a melee build. And then, of course, spirit and expertise, because you want those cooldowns on mod and skill, especially skill. Bark skin to reduce damage, and siphoner to increase your lifesteal. That'll keep you alive as you play through. That covers everything here, guys. So we're going to hop to the stone and head into our first world run. I think we're going to go to the Putrid Domain on Nerud. Like I said, we're not running the usual route. We're not going to any of the normal haunts, really. And we're going to see what happens here. So we'll see you on the next chunk here. Cheers to the Stone Berserker. Alright, everybody, here we are. We're in the Putrid Domain. Let's start our run up. The reason we have chosen the Putrid Domain is because it's very punishing. The melee ground enemies, the zombies in here that drop the suppression blight, can really mess you up. It's almost worth putting on like an anti-suppression ring. In fact, this will help your suppression resistance and hopefully keep you alive for a little bit. I think you get like a 10-minute, 20-minute, yeah, you get 20 minutes resistance there. So you want to take that stuff because this place is just savage. Then also, the flyers are in here, so maybe a chance for us to showcase a bit of the ranged damage. Yeah, here we go. That guy. These guys come in. Nice fast swings with the Wraithbringer. Wrath? Wraith. Either way, it sounds great. And it just suits the facade of the Barbarian so well. Alright, let's head this way. 3 hits, just quick swings. It's so hard to hit these guys. Yeah. Okay, so that's a good shot, buddy. Oh, and then again, so that's why we have this skill, because that'll bring us back up. That is why Challenger's on primary, and I'm fine showing that example because, again, this game, once you're in with the flying enemies, once you're covered in guys, you gotta have something that'll keep you going, keep you in that fight. So we use our ranged weapons when we need them, and we are trying to go primary. But again, this game has so many ranged damage enemies, and so many enemies that like will swarm you that you need some options. But once we get into kind of demonstrating here, let's do this now. Full procs. Yeah, we got lots here, so this is going to be pretty crazy. Got to get a heal off here. Alright, let's go. Now we got a couple flyers, so should we deal with these guys again? Single shot, nothing crazy. You're not allowed to have any big, high magazine weapons or anything like that, but you got to deal with the flyers somehow, so that's what we do. This is a melee primary.
That's it.
It's not a straight melee build. Let's head out this way and finish this. See if we can't get an elite to spawn. What do we got in here? Yeah, I like being able to hear the creepy crawlies. I like to think like the skill cooldown is great on this build too. Like I'm ready for stone skin again. Look at them all just coming running in. Bulwarks back up. Take those heals too. And you get some stacks of bulwark for that. Where are we hearing you at, buddy? Where are you? Let's double check the top first. No. But there we go. Oh, good. In a hallway is really nice, too. Kill him before he gets his shock off, so he'll go down. There we go. Better pop these. See, the damage reduction really helps on that one. Let's pop this heal, get an extra stack in, get the little bit of healing. Let's get these guys out. No elite spawn yet, eh? I wonder if we're even gonna get one. Got anyone? Is that it, hey? Nothing down there. Okay, let's just keep pushing. We make it back to the stone, we can go to our next little area. Let's go. Give me that elite spawn, game. Take on one big guy. Alright, well, that's good for me. That is a huge run. Like, these guys are crazy. It shows how quick your skills come back. It shows how you use your range damage. This build is fantastic. So we're going to head off and go to a little bit of Lonesome next before we wrap up with Yeisha, our favorite of favorites. Okay, stay tuned, everybody. Cheers to you. Okay, here we are in Cotton's Kiln. I wanted to go one of the Burning Quarter kind of missions, the Lonesome on Fire area, because when the adds in here, when the base enemies ignite themselves, they become quite a threat. They can be quite challenging, and you can also get swarmed pretty good. So the idea is we're looking at a little bit less. Nice. Straight 1,000 damage on that. 28. This is really nice. You're seeing the damage that we're putting out here. 18 just on regular swings. And not so many shooters. I wanted to be able to go to an area where we can go up against kind of melee-focused enemies and play with that. It is great, and I really like the ranged aspect of this build, but I wanted a spot where we could, like, look at melee. Melee, 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 melee. Here we go. Get all these procced up, and then see how quick this guy goes down. So that was 3 hits. That's not too bad. And that's kind of like, that's our first elite, right? Who's gonna get me? Are you coming to get me? Can you come down here? Yes, thank you, sir. Just wiping the table. Again, we are in Apocalypse. Always build testing in Apocalypse. I make my builds, if you haven't seen any of the other ones, my builds are for Apocalypse running. They are for kind of exploring the world, and I'm not going to lie, this is the first build I've put together where I'm actually really excited to take it up against some bosses, because it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I'm having such a good time with it, and it's so strong. Like, it just holds up. The stoned Berserker is on point. We're not even popping our skills. We're just walking around wiping enemies. Normal 2k damage on those. Here's another one. And as you can see, we got like... Oh, look at that. Badonk. Oh. Nice fast swings, too, and we can just go at it. These guys are on fire now, so they'll offer me a lot more damage. So let's get all my stacks of bulwark up, and then take them down. Yeah, douse yourself, buddy. All the damage coming through now. 14 on regular hits. Super quick attack speed. Yeah, stop this, right? Unstoppable, man. I'm berserking through your freaking home here, guys. Look at them all. You just don't even give them time to light themselves on fire. 18 on a weak spot hit. I think that's weak spot. Oh, get me in the corner, will you? I'm not trapped here with you. You are trapped here with me. They don't understand that. Alright, so, again, your health goes down, use your relics. Get your healing up. You can see Stone Skin's already ready to proc again. The reset speed, the skill cooldown, fantastic for this. What do we got? Tell me, it's just another flamer. Proc all these up. And a charge. Done. Kill you. 33. I haven't seen it again yet, but doing my test runs with this, I hit a 64. And for melee attacking, I think that's fantastic. Alright, we are good here.
Get the outsider.
Oh, come on, man. I have 2 more spaces in Yeisha that we're going to go to. So I'm going to drop this here. We're going to wait. Let's see what's up here quick. Anything? Nothing really going on. Okay, so cheers to the Burning Quarter, and we'll pick you guys up back in Yeisha. Alright, here we are. We're in Endire's End, and this is the quick one I have to show you here. This is one of my favorite showcases of this build, and to be completely honest with you, this is where I kind of came to the conclusion that I wanted to, like, really try this guy in bossing. I wanted to run, like, a bit of a boss run with him. What is this guy doing? You're just gonna stand around? Let yourself get punished? I like this area, too, because these guys, like, you can get swarmed by them, and they're all very range damage focused, so you do need to be cautious. Okay, we're just heading through here, through this, this fake wall, I guess. The Dark Souls of Dark Souls here. Okay, and down here is where we get to kind of showcase what really goes on with this. Now, before we do this, just like in the Future Domain, where do we have our little pot? That's Curse, and where the hell is the Root Rot one, right? I can't keep track of these things. There's too many of them, and they're not that well organized. There it is. So, let's put some of that on so that we have some resistance to Root Rot, because if these guys get you, you're in big trouble. So, pop both your skills, take your Relic Heart, and And then get into this guy right away. So we're staggering elite enemies. And he's gone. Where's Buddy? Number 2. Bring it. Not even just straight in his face. Staggering an armored elite. And done. That's 2 for 2. And the whole point of coming down here is to show you that. So you got 2 elites, and you run through them. I ran this a few times, and I had them both on top of each other, making it through. If you do go down, you've got that Challenger Prime perk. It's going to bring you back up. Stone Berserker is my melee build, and I am in love with it. Cheers. We'll see you in the next spot. Alright everyone, our last stop on the tour of the Stoned Berserker. Of course we are here, the Imperial Gardens. Let's see what happens when we put a bunch of ranged play into this build. This is where we'll showcase what we do with our ranged damage. This is what happens when you go full force with this, when you use everything that's at your disposal.
Damn it.
This is where we find out what this build is capable of. And Ard Blast, I love this weapon, and again, to me, it really echoes melee. It really speaks to kind of the style of this build.
Okay.
And then again, 29. That was 3 hits that guy goes down with. There's our sword from the Ard Blast melee, which I didn't need to proc, but I did anyways. Okay, we gotta get some bulwark going here because this is nasty. These bastards, man. I tell ya. We can get in. We can get in and use some of this. Once you get all these... Who's this? What do we got here? Okay, let's try to get stuff procced. Oh yeah, do we hit him with that? If we get hit with a bunch of blasts here, we could be in bad news. Alright, we gotta get rid of this. Good, we got him. And then, again, let's go. How are we doing? We need to heal. This guy's not gonna let us heal. There we go. Look at that. The sword through them. Perfect. Alright, let's get that health back up before we push on. We got stone skin up. I like being able to proc both of my skills for this one.
Looking good.
But again, we're using our we're using some of this, and again, you see, I don't have that fast damage. Get him in nice and close and then take him out. This is to show how fun the melee is with this. Alright, we're almost back with bulwark, which is great. Let's see what we can do with this. Oh yeah, you want to come right next to me? That's not a great idea, man. Reload speed on the Ard Blast. Really good. Damage, great. So yeah, it's a melee primary build, but I absolutely love what is going on with the ranged weapons in this. Like, this is so much. Watch. Giant swords through the dome. And then you come in and finish them off. Just fuck people's day up. I think we're gonna need to proc some skills here. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, that's right. Come on, boys. Oh, yes. Yes, yes. What do we got? What do we got? Oh, oh no! That was almost such bad news. Okay, let's go, let's go, let's go. We gotta run, we gotta run. Get that bulwark back up. Oh, this will be good. Get them all grouped up. Oh, god damn you son of a gun. Let's use this. Oh, you cheeky bugger. Okay, we need to get some healing going. Who are we up against here? The teleport is what's no good. Because he keeps getting rid of us when we're starting. Oh, he is so gonna kill us. Stone skin, good. Oh, he is so gonna kill us with that. We gotta lead him away from here. Get him with this. What does he have? Oh, he's got party. Oh my god. Okay, let's get this bulwark up. Can we get the heal off? Yes, we can. Oh my god. Oh my god, it's so close. What are you doing to us, man? Alright, let's go. Let's finish him with the, let's finish this guy off here. No, no, stop it. You're gonna throw me off the edge and ruin this. I'm having so much fun. Alright, since it's melee. I think that's good. I don't think I have nothing else to show off here. I feel so happy about this build. I think you should too. Please take it, run with it, change it, get in the conversation. Let me know what you're doing with this. I really appreciate you coming through, spending your time here. Go check out some of my other builds. I've got a lot of fun stuff going on. My Remnant 2 builds are built for world running, mobbing, hordes of enemies. And this is kind of the first one where I really consider wanting to boss with him. Like, bossing isn't really what I do in this game. I'm more into adventuring and, like, kind of take on the challenge of collecting gear and the different secrets and stuff, the riddles you have to solve. So anyways, if you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. Join the community here at Grr-Must-Errd Gaming. There's going to be a lot more Remnant 2 content in the future. Slap that like button for us. It really helps out. Adios.